let's get going. Yeah. Oh yeah. Woo. Excited. Yeah. Here we go. Welcome back. Tin Man here. Ladies and gentlemen, glad you could join me today because I am really excited about what I got going on right now. I found a little something that's just going to blow your mind. First though, it's no secret, Alabama, we're back under this whole mandatory mask wearing policy that was, for the whole coronavirus thing. And but I have some fantastic news. I was rummaging through my basement. I ran across something that's just going to blow your minds, and I'm just going to introduce it to you right now because you're probably going to want this item. All right, folks, I introduce to you the creme de la creme, the holy grail, the absolute pinnacle, the ultimate in personal protection in the coronavirus world. You've heard about it. You've been trying to find it. You can't find it anywhere, but today, here, right now, you have the chance for a very limited time to own, bam, this. That's right, the N95. You're not dreaming. You're not hallucinating. This is the real thing. Look at that. Unopened, never used. The N95, the absolute pinnacle, the apex of personal coronavirus protection. And it can be yours today, maybe tomorrow, depending on how the bidding goes. Speaking of bidding starts at $75. I want to see some high numbers going up, folks. You want this. You want this protection. You've got to have it. Everybody's trying to find these. I've got them. And if the bidding goes well, I might have one or two other packs to sell. Don't get your hopes up. Let's see how this first bidding goes, okay? So, please, start bidding. I'm going to sit back and be dreaming about how I'm going to spend all this money I'm going to make, because I look at it this way. If the major corporations out here are allowed to profit off of other people's fear and other people's misery, why should I be able to? It's only fair, right? So here I am. I got to get in on this game, get a little extra spending money, for the doing stuff that we can't do anymore. So let the bidding start. I'm going to be dreaming of how to spend my money, and you guys just fight amongst yourselves on who wants this the most. So I'm just going to be hold on. Stop the bidding. Stop. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Look. If I didn't tell you this, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I wouldn't be able to sleep good at night. My conscience would just kill me if I didn't let you know about this right here before we get much further into the whole bidding thing. So, I'm just going to read this, and because you should know, you work hard for your money, and before I take your money for this, it's only fair that I read this. So just bear with me a moment, please. Used for non-harmful dust and certain particles encountered during sanding projects, bare wood, non-lead painted surfaces or drywall, sweeping, installation of fiberglass insulation, pollen and mold spores, and non-harmful dust encountered during outdoor activities such as gardening, cutting firewood, raking, and mowing. Always used in a well-ventilated area. Do not use for any toxic or harmful substance such as lead or asbestos. Had to read that. Just you know what? Forget you even heard that. Okay. The important thing is that you need this mask to protect yourself and everybody else around you from the coronavirus. So please get the biddings going back on again, and I'm just gonna again dream of ways I can spend this money I'm going to be getting. Yep. So start the biddings back again. It's just Ah, damn my conscience. Okay, look. Whoa. Stop the video. Stop. Okay, look, I got to get this off my chest, folks. Okay, before I get started, there's something I need to put out there. Look, I'm no expert in any of this stuff. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD in anything. I'm not a microbiologist. You know, I don't study pathogens or anything like that. I'm just old dude that, you know, just kind of pays attention and reads things and determines whether or not it makes sense. That's all I do. I mean, yeah, I spent a few years in the Army as a medic and deployed to Iraq as a medic, and I worked with some fantastic doctors who were incredibly smart and taught me so many things, and I had just a great experience. And yeah, maybe I do have a few certificates from the Department of Homeland Security, you know, for hazmat and NBC training and learning how to operate and use equipment and such in contaminated environments, and how to put on the hazmat suits and work all the equipment and decontaminate myself and decontaminate others. I mean, I've got that experience. But it doesn't matter, because it does not make me an expert. That maybe makes me a little more knowledgeable about a few things, but I am not an expert. So please don't take my word for anything I say. I encourage you, matter of fact, to go just check things out for yourself. You know, you don't have to listen to a damn thing. I could just be some raving idiot for all you know. You don't know who I am. So please check this stuff on your own. I just wanted to throw that out there, because here's the thing, folks. I had a little project. I do a lot of woodwork and stuff, and a little project I was working on about a year ago that involved some really old shutters that were given to me by a friend. These shutters were probably over 100 years old and had several layers of different paint on them. And being that old, chances are that paint was lead-based paint. And I had to sand these shutters for this particular project that I was doing. And before starting, I determined that maybe it might be a good idea to wear some sort of protection so that I'm not breathing in these lead-contaminated particles as I'm sanding. Pretty much common sense, I would imagine, right? Yeah, I would think so. Okay. Now, I did have this at the time. But you know what? Even without reading the back of this, I knew that this probably wouldn't be very effective at protecting me from these particles. Because you put this on and it feels good, but you still got these places that are up and around. If you breathe in, air is going to come in there whether you realize it or not. So it's not going to be very protective. And the fact that it says it's not good for that, too. Which is why it says non-harmful or non-contaminated dust particles, because something's going to get in there. It's just going to happen. So I thought, well, man, I need something better. Yeah. Look at here. Got one of these dual filter cartridges. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Nice little rubber seals all the way around my face. Fantastic for doing that kind of work, because I wasn't concerned at all about breathing in a whole bunch of contaminated dust particles with this baby. Not at all. Not to mention the fact that I also wore a full head to toe body suit to, protect my, wouldn't get into my skin and pores, and I wore eye protection, so that the particles and stuff would be less likely to get into my eyeballs. Anyway, yeah. So I got one of these, and that worked, because this dust particles, contaminated lead dust particles, possibly, and I don't want to breathe that stuff in because it's bad for you, right? Yeah, and speaking of dust particles, we can see dust particles, right? I mean, I can, even without my glasses. Oh, dust. I can see dust particles, even if I don't have my glasses on. Yes, they're tiny, tiny, tiny. But you can still see them unaided. You don't have to have a microscope to see a dust particle, right? And these are not good for, it even says don't use it for contaminated dust particles. Once again, I don't study pathogens. I'm not a microbiologist. But I'm just thinking that the virus itself is just magnitudes smaller than a dust particle. I'm just spitballing here. I mean, you can look it up yourself. I would encourage you to do so. But I'm pretty sure that the virus itself, you could probably put a couple of thousand of those right side by side in a little clump, and you never know they were there because you're not going to see them without a microscope. Something you might want to check on. Don't take my word for any of this, okay? So, if this thing, which is the most widely sought after protective mask, is not good at stopping dust particles, why would I have really any confidence that it's going to stop a virus coming in and getting into my lungs? I'm just me. That's just me personally. You do what you want. So, yeah. But hey, you know what? Since you can't find these anymore, most everybody you see now, if they're not wearing a t-shirt material cloth over their face, which is obviously, you see a lot of people wearing these medical type masks now, right? So I thought to myself, hey, if I'm going to have to wear these masks, let me go find out exactly what kind of protection I can expect from these masks. So I went to Walmart, and they've got these boxes and boxes of masks everywhere now. They just like popped up overnight one night and just out of nowhere. And I said, well, I want to know what I can expect for something, is this going to save my life and somebody else's and protect me from this virus? So I walked up and picked up one of these boxes, and I was looking around on it, and I wanted to read to you what I saw on this box of 25 ear loop disposable face masks. The typical things you see a lot of people wear. Okay. Not for use in any surgical setting or where significant exposure to liquid, bodily fluid, or other hazardous fluids may be expected. Not for use in a clinical setting where the infection risk level through inhalation exposure is high. So, okay, so that's not really not likely going to protect me either, is it? Oh dear. Okay, so, yeah, that being said, there was this thing going back and forth about, well, if you wear it to protect yourself, you got to wear these masks, you got to protect yourself. And, well, no. Well, now you got to wear it to protect other people, because you need to be courteous enough and conscientious enough, and you need to care enough to protect other people around you. So wear a mask. That kind of makes sense. Okay, I want to protect other people. Absolutely I do. All right. So let's start with our first, the apex, the pinnacle of what everybody's wanting to use, and the N95 mask. I'm going to protect other people. If I'm wearing this mask, I'm doing my part to keep the spread of the virus down, right? See that little square area right there? Yeah. For those of you who are not familiar with how these things work, that's called a one-way valve that's in there. You breathe in, valve closes, and theoretically, everything you breathe at that point is going to be filtered by this mask area. Never mind the stuff coming up through the sides and down. Forget about that. Okay. When I breathe out, everything that's coming out of my lungs, out of my body, out of my throat, my mouth, my nose, everything's coming straight out through that valve. Woo! Out into everywhere. It's circulating around. And it's not filtered. There's no filter on this valve. You breathe out, and everything you breathe out goes out through that valve, and pretty much in a concentrated stream toward whoever might be in front of you at the time. and then it just floats around like with everything else. Okay, so yeah, if I were to be infected and I'm wearing this mask, I'm not protecting anybody but myself, and even that's questionable. It's okay though. I gotta back up. Bam! Yeah, baby. Oh yeah. This, somebody sees me wearing this out in public, I'm the man. I am going above and beyond in protecting my fellow humans out here because I'm wearing one of these. Man, you can't get more protected than this. And oh, wait a minute. See that right there? That's a one-way valve. You breathe in, it closes, you breathe out, everything in your system goes out through this valve. Am I protecting anybody else around me by wearing this? Damn, what do? I don't know. Oh, wait. Here we go. Yes, I should have thought about this before. All right, here we go. Now, look, folks, no valve. No valve. So whenever I breathe out, everything should go through this cloth and be filtered out, and nobody should have to worry about anything if they happen to be around me. All right, here we go. Oh, shit, hang on. All right, so yeah, this is totally secure. Absolutely nothing's going to come out of this mouth unless it comes out through the filter mask, right? Shit. What? Yeah, just pretend it's okay. Wow. Okay, so I don't know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, about that. Yeah, we're just okay. Look. Oh, here's a great one. Walking through Walmart a couple of weeks ago. Now I've seen signs everywhere talking about just wear a mask, something over your face, wear a t-shirt, wear one of those masks, wear whatever you can, just wear something over your face, right? Two young ladies walking down the aisle in Walmart one day, and I'm walking by, probably in their teens, and they're strolling by, and one's wearing a mask, one's not, and they're laughing and joking together. They're real happy. And the one wearing a mask, I get closer and I'm looking and I'm thinking, oh, okay, she's wearing a mask. She's doing her part, and leading by example to help protect herself and everybody else. Yep, she's a role model for everybody who sees her. Yeah, this is what I can't make up this shit. I kid you not. This is what she was wearing as a mask. But in all fairness, it was a lot prettier. It was pink, had these darling little adorable sequins on them, nicely cut, the ear loops and everything. It was fabulous, very pretty. And she was doing her part to help stop the spread of corona. She's a role model for all to follow. She should be counted as a hero. Yeah. You know what? Call off the bidding. I can't take your money. No, not in good conscience. I'm just going to throw these back in the basement where I found them and use them one day for cutting grass or something, pollen season, whatever. I just forget about the whole bidding and just put that in mind. But here's the thing, folks. If you want to wear a mask and it makes you feel comfortable, it makes you feel safe and secure, wear a mask. By all means, please wear your mask. Absolutely. Especially if you have some other medical conditions where you don't want to be fully exposed to light. Please wear your mask. I'm not trying to say you can't wear it's your choice to wear your mask. Absolutely. Please, don't let me stop you, and don't take my word for any damn thing I say here. like I said, I want you to go think for yourself. Keyword, think for yourself. But please wear your mask. I don't wear a mask when I go out. I'm not sick. I'm healthy. I breathe fine. I don't have any signs or symptoms. I'm fine. And if I am wearing one of these, or if I am wearing the N95 mask, am I protecting anybody but myself? No, I'm protecting me, but Valve, remember? I'm not protecting anybody else wearing that. So with that in mind, I should have the right to do what I think is best for me to protect myself. I don't need a government entity to tell me when I can and can't protect myself. I should be able to have that choice on my own. Just like you have the right to wear the mask if you want to wear it, and I don't have a problem with you wearing it at all. And besides, even if you are wearing it, if you feel like it's protecting you, then it shouldn't matter to you whether I wear one or not. But I should have the right to not wear one if I don't want to. And yeah, that's the way it's supposed to work. I'm done.